Dalton, Veronica, Cando, and Isidorix went back to Veronica's lake that evening to have some drinks and talk. Isidorix and Cando instantly teleported to her house. While Dalton and Veronica cruised there at a relaxing pace. Veronica pulls up in front of the house in her baby blue Porsche and is greeted by Cando and Isidorix. So, this is your lake house. I like it. I like it too. Why don't you come inside with us, Dalton, Veronica, and Cando? And Isidorix go inside the house and sit down on the couch in the living room. Would you like a drink? What do you have? Something we Earthlings call beer. Beer, sure. Splendid. I'll get us some beer. Dalton, would you like a beer? Sure. Veronica goes to the refrigerator in her kitchen and grabs a beer for each of them. I get the beer. They all take a swig of the beer. Cando and Isidorix, being aliens from planet Jondaku, where they don't have beer, don't know that beer is an alcoholic beverage. They can inebriate those who drink it. Cando and Isidorix seem a little intoxicated after drinking some beer. This beverage that you call beer is good. Also, it gives you a nice feeling. I agree. I'm glad you gave me beer. I'm happy to hear that you're happily drinking beer. Now you should keep drinking more beer. Now you should keep drinking beer. Would you beings, a person and an alien, like to go to the Dreamlove Theater tonight to see a movie? What's showing? It's a double feature. That movie from the late 70s featuring Sigourney Weaver, Alien, and a new movie called Unseen Presence. That'd be wonderful. Great. We'll go tomorrow night. It starts at 7 p.m. Sure. The next evening arrives and they go to the Dreamlove Theater to see Alien. They walk up to the concession booth to order buckets of popcorn. The same woman at the booth is there. Let's just call her the woman at the booth. How can I help you people? I would like a bucket of popcorn. Wow. Are you a real life alien? How coincidental. You were going to see the movie Alien here. Big deal. Just give me the fucking bucket of popcorn. No need to get rude on me. Okay, I'll say it without the rudeness. May I please have a bucket of popcorn? Are you sure you want a bucket of popcorn? Yes, I'm sure. That's not very convincing. You must convince me on a psychic level that you truly want a bucket of popcorn, conveying to me in psychic images and notions the exquisite pleasure that popcorn brings to your mind and soul as it excites your taste buds in a way that sends you into a realm of culinary delight that is orgasmic in its nature. Okay, I'll try it. Candle looks into the woman's eyes and tries to convince her, on a psychic level, that he truly wants a bucket of popcorn. There, are you convinced? No, absolutely not. So I can't have a bucket of popcorn? No, you can't. What can I have? You could have a Mounds bar and a glass of water. A Mounds bar? I hate those. I hate cocoa nuts. Why do they try to sell those to people and aliens? They suck. Too bad, Cando. That's all you can have. A Mounds bar and a glass of water. Mars bar and a glass of water. That's all you get. I'm getting more than a Mars bar and a glass of water. Sorry, Candle. That's all you get. A Mars bar and a glass of water. No, ma'am. I'm getting more than a Mars bar and a glass of water. No, Candle. Sorry. For you, it's just going to be a Mars bar and a glass of water. That's all you get. A Mars bar and a glass of water. No, ma'am. Sorry, Candle. That's all you're getting. A Mars bar and a glass of water. That's all you get. No, ma'am. All of a sudden, Candle grabs onto the woman, holding her hostage. I would like to announce that I cannot abide by the rules of this establishment, of this movie theater. I am a real-life alien with many supernatural powers. I can teleport in time and space, psychokinetically move large objects, even buildings and cars, suspend people in vulnerable positions, and send people to a place of an alien enslavement on planet Chandaku. Are you sure that I can only have a Mars bar and a glass of water? Here's your hot buttery popcorn, Candle. Thanks. That's what I thought you would say. They went to the theater to watch Unseen Presence and Alien. They were watching Unseen Presence and didn't see any imagery on the screen. Where's the movie? It's called Unseen Presence. You don't see it on the screen. You see it in your mind. That's where it takes place. We enter the movie together and can interact with the characters. So you just watch a blank screen at the movie theater, but you see something not on the screen tangibly in the concrete realm of material existence, but you see something in your mind, in the viscera of your brain. That's where the movie is taking place, and you can interact with the characters. Wow. This scene at the Dreamlove Theater is to be continued. Dalton and Veronica are sitting in the Dreamlove Theater waiting for Unseen Presence to begin. All of a sudden, Dalton and Veronica are on the set of a movie being filmed in Hollywood called Parallel Narrative. They have been psychically teleported to this movie. They look around, and it appears to be the same set as the original. Movie Heathers. They see Denise Denovi on the set. Hi, Dalton. Hi, Veronica. Hi, Denise. Where are we? You're on the set of Heathers. In parallel to the filming of Heathers are the events that took place that were not seen in the movie. Did you ever stop and think about what was taking place in parallel at the exact moment that scenes in movies are taking place? Like on the set in real life? Yeah, I have, Denise. So have I, Denise. The movie that you are in is a sort of montage of the scenes that took place in parallel to the scenes from Heathers. Um, Wait a minute. So, okay. Let's see. Um, okay. So, what I meant by that was that there's these like kind of like scene other things like, I mean, let's say like you're at the scene in the Snappy Snack Shack when Veronica and JD are talking, and he's talking about how he pops a ham and cheese in the microwave and feasts on a turbo dog, and This is a montage of things that were happening in the town, like all the things that happened behind the scenes. So it's like when you watch a movie, you see all the things that take place in a very specified location and time and space, and it kind of like pinpoints. But like in any town or any place or any country anywhere, it's like there's all these other things happening in parallel. So this is kind of like a montage of like things that you didn't see, all these different happenstances and circumstances and different all the occurrences and all the different things that happened at the same moment that that scene is taking place. Any given scene is only like kind of like a part of what the whole story is in any narrative, really. So this would be a montage of like all those different other ancillary and incidental things that took place while that scene took place in parallel to that the movie and the scene. Okay. When you watch a movie that is set in a particular location, you only see some of what took place. There are other events taking place that don't make it to the film. This film that you are in is called Parallel Narrative. It is a sort of montage of scenes that represent the events that also took place during the filming of Heathers on the set in the town it was filmed in. That's awesome. I'm happy to be a part of it. Okay, now that you know what you're in, let me tell you about what the scene is about. This is the cafeteria scene. In this scene, Veronica Sawyer meets JD for the first time. At the end of that scene, upon leaving the school for the day, in parallel to what you see in the movie Heathers, Veronica meets Dalton Donner in the parking lot. Veronica's walking up to her car, and is greeted by Dalton. Now here's your dialogue. Give it a try. Okay, let's try it, Dalton. Sure. It starts with you. Can I help you with something? Why are you staring at me? Oh, pardon me. My name is Dalton Donner. Pleased to meet you. Nice to meet you, Dalton. That's a cool name, but what do you want? I'm sorry, I couldn't help but overhear your conversation with JD in the cafeteria today. Where were you? I didn't see you in the cafeteria. I was in the hallway. I was looking at you through the window of the door. Okay, so you heard our conversation. You heard the conversation I had with JD. So what? Veronica, I don't think you should consort with a guy like that. He's trouble. In what way? He doesn't have your best interest at heart, Veronica. He has ulterior motives. I don't agree. I think he's a nice guy with only the best of intentions. Believe me, Veronica, he's not. Please heed my warning. Can I talk to you about this in the parking lot after school tomorrow? Sure. I'll see you tomorrow. The next day arrives at Westbrook High School. Miss Sawyer pulls up to school in her baby blue Porsche, and Dalton Donner pulls up in his Pinto. They both enter the building and proceed to their respective rooms. Miss Sawyer gets on the loudspeaker to give her morning announcement. Good morning, students of Westerburg High School. Welcome to school. I hope you find so much intellectual stimulation in your endeavors on this beautiful day. That is my hope. It is my hope against hope. What I know to be the truth is that Some of you are here to learn and love knowledge, and that the only knowledge that some of you love is where the crazy glue is in supplies. So that you can put crazy glue in unsuspecting people's seats so that their asses get stuck to the seat. For the people who love to learn and improve themselves so that they can become productive, happy, assimilated, and civil members of society, have a great day. Dalton Donner, an aspiring young scientist, sees a science teacher in the hallway. Her name is Miss Eisenstein. Good morning, Miss Eisenstein. How's the science going? Science is good, Dalton. It's interesting how your name is Eisenstein. Charlotte Eisenstein. That's very close to Einstein. It's a coincidence. Albert Einstein is a personal hero of mine. I have an idea for you, Miss Eisenstein. Would you like to try to experiment with the DNA of some of these teachers here at Westerberg High School to crossbreed them to form a mutant monster that may further mutate into a superhuman entity that can teleport into other times in human history on Earth and the history of creatures on other planets by putting themselves in psychic trances? Sure. Okay, I'll talk to you about this later. Bye. Have a great day. The day ends, and Dalton sees Veronica by her car in the parking lot outside the school. I have to warn you about JD. What about him? He has some ulterior motives at this school. He has it in for some of the other students. Beware of him. He's dangerous. Oh, I doubt that. He's a nice young man. He doesn't want to hurt people. He wants to spread kindness wherever he goes. He's full of love. He's got nothing but good vibes emanating from him. He's so wonderful. Bullshit. He's a fucking asshole. He likes to hurt people. Look out. There's a lot of malevolent people at the school. JD and I have formed an alliance to defend ourselves. I'll see you later, Veronica. Would you like to meet me at the Snappy Snack Shack tomorrow for a turbo dog and a slushie? Sure. The next day arrives and Veronica sees Dalton pull up in the parking lot of the Snappy Snack Shack where she is waiting for him in her baby blue Porsche. He and his Pinto. Hi, Veronica. You look incredible. Thanks, Mike. Let's go inside the store and get a slushie and a turbo dog. Sure. Dalton and Veronica go to the side of the Snappy Snack Shack and order their food. A woman takes her order. How can I help you? Uh, Give me a turbo dog and a grape slushy. A turbo dog and a cherry slushy for me. I'll get that for you. Let me warn you. The slushies are amazing. But the turbo dogs are fucking disgusting. Shouldn't you be promoting the food here? Being an employee of the Snappy Snack Shack? No. What do I fucking care? They pay me minimum wage. I'll give them minimum effort for a minimum wage. That's cool. Did you know that's a line from a Replacements song? No. I just thought of it myself. Never heard of the Replacements. Who are they? They're a rock and roll band from Minneapolis. They have this album called Hootenanny, where they sing, I'll give you a minimum effort for a minimum wage. It's such a coincidence that you thought of that independently of their song, of that song. That's cool. The human minds of people are connected on a deep level. There is a real telepathic phenomenon happening. I might have harvested that notion from the mind of the Replacements. In the subconscious of both of us, we may have simultaneously thought that. For them, it found its expression in a song. For me, it found its expression in my disillusionment with working at the Snappy Snack Shack. But the Snappy Snack Shack is a wonderful place to work. The Snappy Snack Shack? A wonderful place to work? Bull fucking shit. This place is a grime hole where you pray every night to a God that you hope exists to spare you from having some maniac rob you at gunpoint. There are no fucking benefits. I don't even get free turbo dogs and slushies. Then I go home to my hole-in-the-wall apartment and watch the lottery drawing every night on television while feasting on a Swanson frozen dinner. You'll win the lottery. Don't worry about that. There's at least a 1 in 100 million chance you'll win. I think those are pretty good odds. To me, that would be paradise. It's all perspective. You just need to look at things with better eyes. No, it sucks. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Would you like to go to your house? Yeah. Della and Veronica went to Veronica's lake house. They had a terrific evening. Veronica's house. They had a terrific evening. Okay. Let's see. Dalton was just about to leave for the evening when Veronica turned to him. Dalton? Yeah, what is it, Veronica? Would you like to spend the night here? Sure, that'd be wonderful. Where can I sleep? With me in my bed. Seriously? Sure. Come with me. It's just around the corner at the end of the hallway. Why could Veronica come to the end of the hallway where Veronica's bedroom is? This is a beautiful bedroom, Veronica. I notice you have a telescope. Can I have a look? Sure. Take a look through it. Mike looks through the telescope and sees a beautiful array of planets and constellations on that warm evening in early June. Do you see that planet just to the west of Orion? I can see it. Which planet is that? That's planet John Q. It is? How do you know? On some nights, planet John Q, though many light years away, emits a brilliant light, enable it to be seen by the naked human eye here on Earth. When this occurs, if you are staring right at the planet, you receive alien messages transmitted to your mind through a kind of transom that connects material reality to non-material reality in the form of thought forms. Are they in the form of words? No, it's pure thoughts. You receive thoughts from aliens on planet Jondaku in a kind of esoteric field where your thoughts could be sent to the aliens. It's fascinating. Is there any alien in particular that you are getting to know? There's a male alien named Kando and a female alien named Isidorix I've become acquainted with. They are in a lover's dispute. Turn around and looking back at you, Veronica. Veronica turns around and sees Kando and Isidorix in back of him. They've apparently teleported to Earth and are standing there in Veronica's bedroom. Greetings, Earthlings. Hi. Wow. How did you get here so quickly? We teleported from planet Jondaku. Nice bedroom. Thanks, Kando. Would you aliens like a drink or something? No, we have to get going. Kando and his dogs teleported back to planet Jondaku. Wow. So you now met Kando and Veronica, Kando and Isidorix. Yeah, that was interesting. You should be with me, Veronica. We'll talk about it. Dalton and Veronica had a wonderful evening. Dalton sees Veronica in the parking lot after school. They start talking to each other. Meanwhile, in the Dreamworld Theater, Dalton and Veronica from Heathers 2 are talking to each other in the realm where parallel narrative is taking place. Do you want to get some popcorn? Sure. Veronica and Dalton come back to their realm, from the realm where parallel narrative takes place. They go to the concession stand for popcorn. They start eating their popcorn and having conversation. This is fascinating. We are watching our younger selves in a parallel narrative. To Heathers. It's amazing to see the scenes that took place that were not included in the movie. Yeah, people who are fans of Heathers should see parallel narrative to get the whole story. The real story of Heathers is really the original movie along with the parallel narrative. Dalton and Veronica went back into the theater to watch the rest of the parallel narrative. They come out of the Dreamworld Theater to a beautiful moonlit evening and were greeted by Kando and Isidorix. It's nice to see you. Hi. It's nice to see you, Kando and Isidorix. Are you getting along? Our romance is blossoming. Can we come to your lake house? That's not very polite, Kando. You don't just invite yourself to my lake house. Why not? Because it's not proper etiquette. You're supposed to wait for the person to invite you. If they do invite you, then you graciously accept their invitation. We're coming to your lake house. What? You are not coming to my lake house. You have not been invited. We are coming to your lake house. Stay out of it, Isidorix. You and Kando are not coming to my lake house. Either Isidorix and I come to your lake house, or you are going to be teleported to planet Jondaku. You can't teleport us to planet Jondaku, Kando. Watch me. Kando and Isidorix got out of their spaceships and traveled back to planet Jondaku. You don't really think that they can teleport us to planet Janiku, do you? Let's hope not. I want to go. I want to live with a bunch of aliens. Let's go to your lake house. Sure. Dalton and Veronica went back to Veronica's lake house. They had a wonderful evening. They got up the next morning and went for a walk along Lake Serenity. It was a breezy and warm morning in late June, and there was a brightness to the day that lent itself to an internal optimism. This place is beautiful, Veronica. I would really like to see you purchase your lake house. Believe me, I want to. I can't afford it. If I moved in with you, you could afford it. That would be nice. You have to be faithful to me if you want to keep me. I have been faithful to you, Veronica. I've had lustful thoughts about other women, but I didn't actually cheat on you. Commitment is a commitment is predicated on total devotion to your lover and thoughts and actions. Sexual activity is an empty physical experience when it is not connected to true love. I agree wholeheartedly, Veronica. I know I joked around about it in the past, but I believe in commitment, and sex is a beautiful expression of the consummation of love. That's the right thing to say. Think of the wonderful new memories we could form if I was to move in with you. A house is only an object constructed out of wood and other materials until it is illuminated by the souls of lovers so deeply in love that their love is an essence of beauty that brings transcendence to the hearts and minds of human beings and tranquility to places. I agree. Do you want to go back to your lake house for lunch? Sure. Dalton and Veronica went back to Veronica walked back to the lake house to find JD leaning against his black Corvette with his arms crossed and a jealous look on his face. Good morning, you lovers. Fancy seeing you here. Fancy seeing us here. What the fuck are you doing here, JD? Nobody invited you to Veronica's lake house. I don't need an invitation, you see? My dad's construction company built this beautiful house. Veronica has been defaulting on rental payments. Unless she pays the rent, she's out of here. The rent is in the mail. Now get the fuck out of here or I call the police. Why did you leave me for the science nerd, Veronica? He's not a nerd. He's a cool person who's a brilliant scientist. Whatever, Veronica. With that, JD, looking extremely sad and dejected, cruises off back to his home in his Corvette. Let's have some lunch. Sure. Dalton and Veronica talked into the afternoon and had a wonderful evening. Dalton and Veronica got up the next morning and walked to Lake Serenity. It was a cloudy, unseasonably cool morning for midsummer with an almost autumnal chill in the air. That JD has really turned out to be a bastard, hasn't he? Yeah, the situation is not good. I have this beautiful lake house that I can only keep if I make rental payments to that son of a bitch. Maybe you should look into another lake house on some other lake. I don't like the idea of you here. Not when JD's dad's construction company is involved. I agree with that. I don't like dealing with JD and his dad's construction company as a renter of this house, especially considering the fact that JD is bitter about me leaving him. It's like he has this pathetic jealousy whenever he sees me with you. What is it that keeps you here despite such an unnerving circumstances? It's the house itself. I feel great in this house. This house seems to communicate with me on a subliminal level, giving me a sense of eternal pleasure and security as it illuminates my soul with the knowledge of the truth of limitless beauty as I wander through labyrinthine realms of indescribable transcendence. Really? You feel all that inside this house? I was just looking outside the window the other day and saw a bum eating scraps of food out of your garbage can. This place gives me a feeling of being internally disgusted by the utter depravity of a humanity that despite having evolved socially, economically, technologically, and intellectually, still is in a disordered state. The guy who eats my garbage, he's a friend of mine. He's a friend of yours? The guy who eats scraps of food out of your garbage. Yes, he is. First of all, why would you befriend a bum who eats your garbage? He's not a bum. Come again? He's not a bum. He most certainly is not a bum. I always thought that if you ate garbage out of garbage cans, that would seem to imply that you were a bum. Here's the difference. Okay. He eats my garbage because he likes it. He's actually a multimillionaire with a strange fascination with garbage. He's part of a secret society of garbage eating millionaires, unbeknownst to most people, except for me and you now, who are on a quest to find a perfect meal that they harvested from people's garbage. They compare results with each other and hold discussions about the nuances and subtleties of the garbage that they have eaten. As a matter of fact, there's a cable television station that is only available to them where like a closed circuit TV, where they have a weekly show about the different homes that they ate garbage at. They tape episodes and have discussions about trash cuisine in a similar way to the show Check Please. That's really bizarre. How about it? What's the guy's name who was your garbage? I don't know. I was just kidding. I didn't know that you saw somebody eating my garbage. Really? You saw somebody eating my garbage? Yes, I did, Veronica. I think you should move. Okay, so that was a bizarre incident that you happened to see. Assuming that it was the exception and not the rule, I want to keep my lake house. I know it is a beautiful place. When I walk around the lake with you, my soul is transported to a plane of existence whereupon I feel the numinous glow of my self awareness in a place of otherworldly pleasures that can only be felt by the union of the souls of lovers who have found each other on this fleeting temporal plane of existence in a society of people, many of whom inhabit mortal physical forms, animated by souls that are dead to the sublime and transcendent feelings of an alive soul. I feel that way when I'm with you too. These pleasures that I feel are not strictly physical pleasures derived um, from a mortal physical form, but the transcendent pleasures of a soul that has found its soulmate that is enlightened by the awareness of the existence of higher levels of reality beyond this illusory plane of existence. Yeah, I agree. Awesome. Would you like to take a walk to the lake? Sure. That would be wonderful. Let's go. Mike and Veronica take a walk along Lake Serenity. They went back to Veronica's lake house and proceeded to have a wonderful evening.